Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight, officials at the Bahamas Department of Corrections foil a suspected escape attempt. Meanwhile, a man shot in Grand Bahama on Saturday dies in hospital. And
are you looking for a precious keepsake to remember those days when your baby was a baby? Well, we have the answer for you.
Our news is brought to you by Alive.
Welcome to our news and thanks for joining us on this Emancipation Day holiday. I'm Jared Higgs. Topping news tonight, police are investigating the circumstances surrounding an alleged thwarted escape attempt at the Bahamas Department of Corrections. According to a press release issued by the Ministry of National Security, it was shortly before 1 p.m. on Friday, August 3rd, when correctional officers discovered a hole in the ceiling of a cell occupied by 2 inmates in the male dormitory. The damage to the ceiling has been repaired and all inmates are reportedly accounted for. We'll have more on this as additional details become available. In crime news out of Grand Bahama, a man who was shot died in hospital early on Monday morning. According to reports, it was shortly after 9 p.m. on Saturday, August 4th, when a man was leaving a business establishment on Logwood Road. That's when police say he was approached by 2 armed assailants who reportedly shot him about the body. The victim was transported to the Rand Memorial Hospital via ambulance, where he eventually died this morning. Anybody with information regarding this investigation are asked to contact police at 919 or Crime Stoppers at 328 TIPS. There's been an uptick in social assistance requests at the Salvation Army. That's according to officials at the charitable organization who say they expect even more requests as school gets set to start in a matter of weeks. Officials at the Salvation Army are reporting a decrease in donations during the summer, and they're hoping that changes quickly as they expect needy Bahamians to flock to them for support as schools prepare to open in less than a month.
During the summertime, donations do slow down, and we've been experiencing a backlog with the post office with our mail appeal for the summer. So definitely we can take your donations online if you don't have the time to drop it off, or we can arrange to pick it up, but we definitely need and love the support of Corporate Bahamas that always supports us.
A reported decrease in uniform assistance by the Department of Social Services may result in more residents having to look to charities like the Salvation Army for help. Coakley says they've already seen an uptick in requests.
We've seen an increase since then, the reduction in social services assistance with the community. So therefore they look to organizations like the Salvation Army to assist them. And then again, we are in hurricane season. And so there again, we also do preparation for that time of year when we're in the peak, you know, the shelter, that type of stuff. So financing is always an issue in terms of programs, support. We like our volunteers, we like the donations in terms of clothes, but definitely the finances is something that is very key during this time of year.
Coakley says the organization will do all it can to assist, consistent with their commitment to the country for the better part of the last century.
Well, the Salvation Army, you know, is an institution that's been in the Bahamas for the past 87 years. And so, yes, we're getting ready back to school. And as you know, things are tight for many, many homes in the Bahamas. And so we are always thankful for the donations that come in financially. We always need support as, you know, our feeding program is still going on.
While they would gladly accept gently worn clothes and other donations, officials at the Salvation Army say they can really use some extra cash. So if you have it, maybe help them out a little. Today is Emancipation Day, and the history of this momentous occasion has been told throughout the years. As celebrations continue, we caught up with Fox Hill MP Chanel Ferguson, who was beaming with pride in the wake of the celebrations. Our Jillian Gray tells us more.
On the first Monday in August, Bahamians paused to observe Emancipation Day. Historic Fox Hill is one of the few communities that still celebrate the emancipation of slaves in the British colonies in 1834. MP for Fox Hill Chanel Ferguson says her community has a vibrant history that they wish to share.
Fox Hill is a distinct community, and it's still a community. It's not a subdivision, and we are so interrelated by the Davises, the Fergusons, the Merritts, all of those people. They haven't left Fox Hill in droves. They live there generation after generation after generation. The Ramings, everybody's still there. So that's why Emancipation Day and Fox Hill Day still are very special because the original people, the original families are still there.
Bahamian icons like L.W. Young and Reverend Dr. Philip Ramming hail from Fox Hill, something Ferguson boasts about. She says the Emancipation Day Festival is important to enlighten young Bahamians.
Those slaves who were enslaved were now free. So the enslaved people who are now free could celebrate with the Africans who were always free. And this has been unbroken for over 184 years. The Jewish people, the Holocaust is special because they don't want to forget that so that it never happens again. We don't want to forget why emancipation came, to make sure that it never happens again. And for these reasons, celebrating Emancipation Day and Fox Hill Day will always be important.
The historical exhibit at the Fox Hill Community Center tells the tale of the landing of the final slave ship. The exhibit also features Grandma's Pharmacy, a display showcasing bush medicine for every ailment. Ferguson says all of this, along with the festivities, makes it all very special.
We put the fun in it. The Ugly Man contest is part of the fun. Catching the crab was part of the fun. We started that last year for the first time. We let the crabs out of the bag, and I can tell you in less than 6 minutes the crabs were gone. People caught those crabs and they went home with the crabs. And there was a big crabs. And then for some more fun, we did the pineapple eating contest and the watermelon eating contest. So it's all to bring community together. That's the main source, and to remember from whence we came.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Jillian Gray.
Still to come on Our News, find out why one Pan-Africanist thinks we should do more to commemorate Emancipation Day. Plus, our Giorgio Bain shows us how to make breast milk pendants. We have that and more when Our News returns.